But it would appear, labor rights, that this is a common theme among those people on that side. Because the person who wants to run now against Crystal Lee,
they would never find that.
Was installed in the constituency where she comes from, where she was born and bred. What happened? What happened to her when she decided that she want to run from a Northwest? But labor rights, we go and get her backside in. That she will never forget. Labor rights. You know, in recent times, we see the people from over the other side run up and down. They run up and down all over the country. But all of a sudden, when we start to tune up with engine, they start to get power. But I want to give them a message. We want to give them a message. Say, listen, just wait until Holness start the engine. Wait until we say, nobody in them good sense. No Jamaican in them good sense want to derail this prosperity tree. I don't want to tell you something, labor. You know, the first 8 years under this Jamaica Labour Party was about putting in place, right, the policies, the framework, that will now allow us all as Jamaicans, whether you're PNP or GLP, once you're a Jamaican, to now feel real prosperity in the third term. And so, labourers, we owe it to not only to ourselves, but our future generation to ensure that the Jamaica Labour Party under Andrew Holness form the government the next time we call the general election. And labourers, this is not a political talk. This is a talk about our well-being as Jamaicans. It is not a talk that about wanting to win election. The Jamaica Labour Party government moved past basic politics. Our politics is not only for today's generation, but tomorrow's generation. And we cannot allow those guys who only think about themselves, who only believe that only top and ours must benefit. We are about every single Jamaican, whether you want the grassroots, middle root, leaf or stem. Once you are part of our society, you must benefit. You must have security. You must have proper health care. You must have proper access to education. And most importantly, you must be able to live and feel good as Jamaicans should live right. You know, we have so much to be proud of. Labourers, I want us to go out there and articulate what we have achieved over the last 8 years. We have nothing to be ashamed of. We have everything to be happy about and to preach to the people of Jamaica that under the Jamaica Labour Party government, it is prosperity for all. Labourers, we have a lot of speakers. And I want to close by saying a very serious message. Just look at those guys over there and ask yourself, do you believe that Jamaica in their hands will be a better place? Do you believe, Jamaicans, that those people over there care about Jamaicans? They do not care about Jamaica, they care about their party only and themselves. We don't want that kind of selfishness anymore. And so, labour rights, In closing, I was want to say, let us put our hands and heart together. I am sure Northwest Senton will be returned to the Jamaica Labour Party under Crystal Lee's leadership. I am sure that we will retain again all the 4 divisions in Northwest Senton again. And so Labour rights, let us go back out in the field, do the work, and ensure that prosperity is intact.
So Labour rights, there you have it. If the people them from where you're born, where you grow, where you go school reject you, why then should the people of Northwest Senton accept you? We drunk but we no fool. We understand the message. So moving right along, the next speaker to come to the podium is the newest member of Parliament on the block. Them call him the Waterman. The top man of the Northeast Senton. Heavy welcome, member of Parliament, Matthew Samuda. Show Labour rights. Show Labour rights. Allow me to acknowledge the platform led by the most honorable Prime Minister, Andrew Michael Holness. Allow me to pick up our Deputy Leader, Michael Stern, Area Council Chairman, man for the parish, Xavier Main, of course our DJs, colleague ministers, MPs and councillors. Good evening to you all, but most importantly, allow me to big Uno up. Whether you come from Dry Harbour, Sturge Town, Bamboo, and of course you have to big up my neighbor, my sister, MP, lady for the moment, lady for the future, MP Crystal Lee, first term MP, soon to be second term MP, soon to be third term MP, because no time now come. Labour rights, it was important for me to be here because recently we went through a by-election in Northeast Senton and I benefited from significant work and effort from the team from Northwest Senton. So before I get into the matters for this evening, it was important that I come and say, on behalf of my councillors, and I see my team behind me, thank you to the workers of Northwest Senton. Of course, you still much love.
I just want to say thank you for being anything you go.
Well, Labour rights, a serious time and a serious business. And we're not going to keep on it too long, even though we have enough things to say. We need to remember where this country is coming from. You need to remember where this constituency is coming from. We need to not be shy about the fact that this government has been on a rescue mission because under the People's National Party, this country nearly crashed. They wrecked this country and we mustn't be shy to remind them of that. Let us remind them that PNPism and schism basically created a situation where there was low to no growth, sometimes declines. Unemployment was over 13%. There was disinvestment in infrastructure, that is why the road them mash up. There was disinvestment in water, that is why NWC nearly bankrupt. There was disinvestment when we mash up healthcare and education. That is why the people of Jamaica sent them packing in 2016. Them behave like it's accident. The people told them to pack them bags and go. That is what was PNPism and schism, and we need to remind the people of Jamaica. But just like the rain showers we had earlier, in this parish and much throughout the country, we know that we can see clearly now. We know we can see crystal. And you see, labor rights, since 2016, we turned the corner because the Lord blessed us with the chance. You gave us the votes for Andrew to lead this country. And since that time, unemployment has gone down to record levels. Since that time, we don't have no new taxes. Since that time, unprecedented investment in infrastructure. Since that time, business we earn less than 10 million now for declare GCT. Since that time, return benefits to the Junior Stock Exchange. And it's very important, perhaps most importantly, whether for youths, whether for women, whether for men, we have the lowest unemployment in our history. People are work.
Yes, a prosperity sky.
But, you know, Prime Minister, it was funny when you said PNP is emancipation because we can point to so many things for them, but let us take a quick look at the roads and the water. You hear them running up them up the other day, they must have heard them talk about water. No, them have a nerve. Them really have a nerve. When pipes lay, them last 30 years. You hear what I said? When pipes lay, whether PVC or ductile iron, generally you can get between 25, but say 30 years, sometimes 40 years old tight. Things can break them with a more pressure or seismic events, but you can get 30 years out of pipe systems. So when somebody who had this country for 18 and a half years, get a 4-year break, come back for 4 more years, so 22 years, come tell you, say no water there. No ism and schism that. No ridiculousness that. When them never, why them never lay no pipe?
It's not an easy road.
But you see, labor rights, they don't want you to remember the history. Because then you will know that what they're telling you about the future is a fallacy, is a lie. Because they have never delivered it before, so why can they deliver it now? But what about our government? What have we done? We can be proud because we know our investment in water has been unprecedented. It's unlike anything that has done before us. We know we're investing $7 billion Jamaican dollars in water this year into the National Water Commission. We know that rural water is investing over $1 billion Jamaican dollars. But those are big figures. What has that meant here? Well, I was proud when we commissioned the new storage tank at Liberty because that was a big deal for the people of Bamboo. I was proud when we commissioned the new line in retreat drawn in Northwest and Southwest St. Anne because that was a big deal for this constituency. I was proud in May when we broke ground on the next phase of the Minard well right down the road in Brownstone where we expect to commission the well in this Christmas, giving 5 million gallons a day to 30,000 people in and around Brownstone. But this year, Christmas, you see, well alone can't give you water. You have some aging pipes in Brownstone. I was proud the other day, Prime Minister, when the delivery came off the wharf and we received it at Mona, where the ductile iron pipes that we need for Brownstone are now in Jamaica. And we can say we're in procurement to make sure the water that we're taking from the well will go to households. And we are starting the work for you as soon as possible. We're going through the procurement process. But I assure you the water going to be way better in Christmas. And come next year, June, you're going to look back at the PNP time and say, thank God them gone. Thank God NWC invest. Thank God the Jamaica Labour Party invest. Thank God Andrew Michael is in charge. Because Brownstone and water, and we can look back and laugh. But you see, that's not the only project we have. We have Rosemount being upgraded now, $270 million. that is going to benefit the communities of Brown Peace, Helicon and Bridgewater. That is 70% complete. Come January, those 3 communities now have no more water problem. That is the benefit of a JLP administration. That is the benefit of a Crystal Lee MP. That is the benefit of an Andrew Holness Prime Minister.
You know, sister, we are praying, we just like the one shine, yeah. When you're there, we like your son, no explosion, and we make it commotion.
You see, Crystal know the office of the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation. Because regularly before she go to Parliament, she come and she find the office and she knock and say, what happened to Queen Heights? And I say, we're doing the design. She said, no man, but the design done last month. The check already, give me the thing. I said, but we just get the cost. She said, no man, we get the cost last week. I said, no, but you get the gas before me. Because you have to understand, this MP is on top of you. She not giving you any room. She ensuring that her people get water. And I'm telling you, around the clock we are working and we are ensuring that NWC, the government of Jamaica and your party can invest in your water. We have a lot of work to do. We know that Pear Tree Bottom and Mount Edgecombe need some work. That work has already been commissioned. That work will start early January. Labor rights, we have done more than any other administration for water in this country. Sure. We are committing to do even more than we have done because we know people must have water. We are investing at an unprecedented rate because we know that the people of Northwest Centre and the people of Centre and the people of Jamaica deserve better days. But labor rights, as I come to the close of my presentation, it's important to note, we didn't inherit an easy road. We inherited a lot of potholes. We never inherit a working water system. We inherited areas without no distribution. Areas with pipes we never connect, areas where the tanks were rotting, but it's us fixing it because we know people deserve better days. We know that it takes a good government, a sensible government, a well-run government, but we know that the people have to be able to see it clearly. So labor rights, as you take the messages back to your communities, as you take the messages back to every DPD, every division, you need to tell people that it is crystal clear that in Northwest Centre, JLP need another term to correct the issues of the PNP. JLP need a third term to fix Jamaica once and for all. And Jamaica alone is needed 4th term as Prime Minister. Show liberals, show liberals, show!
Like I every other day, find signal you could try. Andrew Holness, he might give the youth a better life. And to how him love the country, could pick another side. JLP, I'm swear power life. People say to say no, you're PNP. No couple show, I'm not everybody that.
Yes, you're right. A prosperity we say. And we burn out the PNPism and schism. Of course, moving right along, inviting you now to come and address you. The Member of Parliament for Southeast Clarinda, our Minister of Labour and Social Security. Help me welcome Minister Bernard Charles.
Bernard Charles Jr. Hey, greatest of the leaders of the block. Greatest of the leaders of the block. Clarinda, greatest of the leaders of the block. Greatest of the leaders of the block. JLP, them can't sit down in the mark.
You're right. I'm going to be as quick as I can. I woke up this morning with no voice, but I decided that this meeting is one that I was not going to miss. It is always good to be back home in St. Ann. Many of you who are here know we are either family or close to being family. But St. Ann is where the Charles family come from. Devon, Lime Tree Girls, Brownstone, all of these areas. I see you. But I want to say 3 things today, and then we bring on the man who you are here to listen to. Number 1, your Member of Parliament, Crystal Lee, is a special lady. I don't want you to take it for granted that you have a Member of Parliament who not only cares for you, but who represents you well. Whether you see her or not at the time, I'm telling you, she is a warrior fighting for you to get as much as possible. I have had the opportunity of serving in several portfolios. And no matter which portfolio that I have served in, which ministry, Crystal Lee is one of the members of parliament that you are fearful of hearing from. Because she is going to be on top of you. She will call 500 times, come to your office, send to your office, and I love that. That is the member of parliament you want. Somebody who is pushing to give you as much as possible. Do not let her slip out of your hand. Take care of her. Keep her in your prayers. And make sure that when election comes, you don't sit down and say, she win already. Get up, bring them out, and bring home this election. Number 2, I'm old enough to remember the fear that Jamaicans had whenever it came on to budget time. I am old enough to remember some people would sit down in front of the TV wondering what tax would be put on, whether it would cause their business to have to shut down. What would they be able to do to live on and take care of their children's needs? I can remember times when business, small business, who want to bring in a little thing and sell it, would have to worry, when can they bring it in, because the dollar moving so, up, down, left, right, round and go round. And as they bring it in, the margin cut and they lose. Many of you may not recall days when Jamaica had to be worried about what announcements the Prime Minister would be making. Now let me tell you, do not take for granted that we are living in a time for the last 8 years led by a Prime Minister that has put us in a place of stability. This is something that we did not have before, and we only have now because of good management and strong leadership. Your duty must be to make sure that anyone you interact with understands the difference between then and now. Number 3, and last, I learned a long time ago, Prime Minister, there are some things that we can control, and there are some things that we cannot control. Today, I don't know if you felt the earthquake. But I was with my family at the time. And when the earthquake, when the first one hit, my son ran into the room and it stopped. I said, don't worry yourself. Until the next one lick, I run when I feel room. We don't have no control over earthquake. We don't have no control as to when a hurricane is going to hit us. We cannot control whether a pandemic is coming or not. But we have control over who leads us through those situations. We have control over which government guides the country through these very serious and difficult times. And I'm going to tell you, Liberites, each and every one of you who are here, packing up this room, and all who are outside, have to stop and think, what do you have control over? You have control over yourself. What am I going to say when somebody asks me why I should vote for the JLP? Do I talk bad about my MP? Do I have a word to say about my neighbor that is negative? Or do I understand the importance of everything coming out of my mouth, that people are looking on you with your green cap and your green hat and they are judging you, and whatever you do, that's what they think the government is. You have control over your family and your home. Are you in your home as an indoor agent with a husband and a son and a daughter who can vote, who sit down on election day and not going out? You don't want me to start in here. I told the Prime Minister I wasn't going to talk long. So let me start. What you have control over is how you speak to and interact and engage the persons that we need to vote. And let me tell you this. It doesn't matter how good the JLP has done. It doesn't matter how many achievements we have. It doesn't matter that we deserve to win the next election. Deserve to win cannot make you win. You have to make sure that you get up and that you vote. You have to make sure that you get up and you bring everybody in your house and you vote. You have to make sure that in your church, in your school, in your community, on the road, anywhere you go, you bring them and you vote. Because deserving to win is not going to allow us to win. It is the discipline, it is the determination, it is understanding that even if your voice gone in the morning, you better get up and go to the meeting because you have a mission. And the mission for the JLP is to protect Jamaica. I'm going to close by telling you, I am proud to be a Labourite. And I'm proud to be a Labourite because I know that I'm a man of faith. And I don't fear nobody. And I wouldn't allow myself to be led just because somebody is JLP. I believe strongly and confidently that we have been blessed with a leader that has been selected for these specific times. And I'm not just talking. Understand? I'm not a man who does talk to get a real. I believe in what I am saying, which is why I have no problem standing up anywhere, anyhow, to defend Andrew Holness. You need to make sure that you understand how critical the next election is. Anyhow we allow the PNP-ism to get into the minds of Jamaicans and fool them up and carry them wide, is dog now we suffer. The only antidote for PNP-ism is for the Labourites to make sure that you don't remain silent. For the Labourites to make sure that you're not sitting down, you're standing up. For the Labourites to make sure that you are united. We don't have no time for no divide and no problem. Because Because the Labourites have a mission, and the mission is Jamaica and Jamaicans. Every achievement of the Jamaica Labour Party is for Jamaica. We must make sure that the people of Jamaica feel and know that we care. Don't make anybody mash up your good relationship.
Never.
The main thing that mash up relationship is susus and lie. And we are sending a message to Jamaica.
They can't brainwash me.
PNP wants power.
What is a PMP?
And they are willing to say and do anything to get power. If they have to lie, they will lie. If they have to scheme, they will scheme. But I can tell you this. They tried it in 2016 and they failed. They told Jamaica that 1.5 could never work. 1.5 would mash up the country. 1.5 is a lie. And when 1.5 work, they'll turn around and say that they want 1.5 times 2. What a thief in lies to the people. We have to remind Jamaica of the past. We have to tell Jamaica of the present of what we are doing to steady the ship, and we have to give Jamaica an understanding of what their future will be. Under the Ministry of Labour and Social Security, we are getting ready to implement something that could never be implemented before in this country because we didn't have the stability to do it. Imagine a Jamaica where if you lose your job, your government is going to find a way to give you support for some time until you find another job. That Jamaica is the Jamaica that you and I have under the leadership of Andrew Michael Holness.
I'm in your corner, friend. I'm in your corner. Any kind of trouble is on. I'm in your corner, friend. I'm in your corner. When you need someone around.
You don't want me there.
This government has already started on the journey to implement unemployment insurance. And that is just one of many things. When you are choosing a government in Jamaica, you want to make sure that you look at what the government has done in the past. You assess what the government is doing now. And you assess what the government is planning to do for you in the future. I'm telling you, this JLP government is committed to making sure that all Jamaicans, whether they are Jamaicans who need help from PATH, whether they are Jamaicans who are disabled, whether they are Jamaicans who are senior citizens and need our help on the social pension, whether they are Jamaicans who earn the minimum wage and are now benefiting and able to go to the supermarket and do more because we have doubled it. No matter where you come from, this government has been working for you. Do not take it for granted. Wrap up your Jamaica Labour Party government, not only in your arms, but in your prayers. Let us get on the battlefield. Let us make sure that we bring out the Labourites when that time is here and the bell has started to ring. And let us do one thing for sure. Each and every Labourite that is here today must make a commitment. If you are a Labourite, you are not just about yourself. The principle of the Labour Party that is defined in our constitution is about the people of Jamaica. Go out, find them, help them, bring them, support them, and let us make sure that when Andrew Holness call it, we are ready for the next election. One love. You have heard it. Very powerful message from our Minister of Labour and Social Security. Don't ramp with your future. Yes, man. Now invite him to come and address you now. Them say she impaired temporarily. But she is here to address you. A mark of our committed cheers to the people of Northwest. Your own member of parliament who has been working with you for the last 4
our most honorable Prime Minister, Dr. Jamaica Holness. A round of applause, welcome to Texas! Shout. The best Prime Minister Jamaica has ever seen. Allow me to acknowledge my colleagues from the Houses of Parliament, Senator Alcafit Sedley, my 4 champion councillors, other councillors or neighboring councillors that sit in the Central Municipal Corporation. We have from far, Councillor Cook, and we have our visitor, former councillor caretaker for Southeast Central, Pastor Esteem. Deputy Leader Michael Stern, and of course the chairman for this program and also the chairman for the Era Council, the Honorable Xavier Main. Never right to start with that song, you know, because in all circumstances, I have to give thanks. Because when we go to the grave digging, you know, and little rain start drizzle, and I just walking like I normally do going down the hill, on my foot, and there I was, 4 John Wayne behind me with a box of you know what to go to the grave digging. And there I just slip and drop on my ankle. But guess what? I never lick my head. I never lick my back. And I'm healing up nicely. A matter of fact, those of you, some of you would see me around in the vehicle driving around still. By the office and all about the place. And in another few weeks, I just want to say to the PNP people who are watching, don't get no ideas because I'll be back on the
Yes, so prosperity
labor rights, sometimes I have to wonder if I am in the same constituency. Because when I was elected in 2020, you saw the devastation in the constituency. Apart from the work that the poor councillors tried to do, nothing else. They make it seem like nothing is going on. And trust me, labor rights, if you don't know who you are, no man sure you believe them. And I'm here to tell you, we have to be strong in mind and heart in this time. You have a lot to be proud of, both in what is happening nationally and both of what is happening in your constituency. Right now, over $400 million is being spent right now in Brownstone and its surroundings. Which time in the Northwest Center, you see $400 million being spent and about to be spent. The road from Runaway Bay to Brownstone, $200 million. The Minard well replacement, another $60 million. Enfield to Retreat pipeline, $20 million. The Tri-C road that just fixed was $40 million. Sections of Summer Hill Road, $7 million. And look here, what about the temporary health center right here? So, that's a nice building down there, so. $50 million. For years they have been in this constituency. They didn't do anything about improving the health facilities. And in 4 years I am here. And with the backing of the government, the Prime Minister that we have, we are able now, labor rights. This building that you see is not the end of it. And it look good, not true? This is just the temporary housing. The health center that you now have at Brownstone will be shortly relocated there, the services. And within the next year, close to over $200 million will be spent for a brand new health center there. Same place, same area, with improved services. So when they talk, it makes you wonder. Because it means just coming up 4 years and could have the things that them couldn't do in a decade. And then them talking. They make you wonder, not true? That's why we have to believe in yourself and know what you're about, labor rights. But it's a good thing I went to the school up the hill, you know, it's school me at that. And it's a good thing me growing in Northwest Center. So I know what the people want. Labor rights to come. Apart from this $400 million that is currently being spent, we have to come so many other works. The road from Runaway to Brownstone stopped at the Cool Oasis. We have a $40 million contract to be executed in short order where the entire township will be overlaid. Only overlaid. Who go Addison Park recently? You know see the lights them we put up? Stand very soon. Right now we're doing improvement works to the Orange Hill Center. And I want to touch labor rights on the Runaway Bay. Because the Runaway Bay Health Center has been a topical issue for many, many years. And when I come into a seat, I just don't start talking. I listen to the people. That's how I learn and I know what the wants and the needs are. And labor rights, from the very first day I came into Northwest Center to say I have interest in serving the people that I grew in here. Runaway Bay Health Center came up as a red flag. And so I made representation in the Houses of Parliament 2 consecutive years. And now I am proud to say, labor rights, that the land has now been secured and passed on from LLA to the Europe. Right now, design works are at the Center Municipal Corporation awaiting approval. What did they do in the 2 terms when they were here? And then they want to come and talk and behave as if nothing have won. When what I do in 4 years, imagine. Alright, we are on a path of development. You have a lot to be proud of. Right now, the community of Free Hill is about to get running water. I'm matter of fact, some of the residents are starting to get water. See them, they ask them. $180 million spent through rural water for the people of Free Hill. Thousands of them to get running water. For decades, the people of Free Hill have been suffering. And it is built by labor, built by Crystal Lee, built by Dr. Andrew Holness. People of Free would have running water, will have running water within another month. And you can ask, because right now water running through the pipe. Why when I just come into the seat, a lot of people, because some politicians before come and say things and don't know happen, they kind of doubt when you talk. But when they see that whenever I make a commitment, it actually happens, they realize that I'm a woman of my word. Because you see, I was raised for this. I know that certain thing when you give somebody a word, you must carry it through. It is not about trickery for me. It's about the performance and the work. And it's about not failing the people who I am passionate about, that looking for me to serve them and to represent them.
Excuse me, the pagans, and we bring forth the Jamaicans, highways and roads to people.
When we talk about Free Hill, the same community of public Wi-Fi. Ladies and gentlemen, labor rights. We just gave Brownstone 2 weeks ago, more than 2 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, public Wi-Fi in the town of Brownstone. Thousands of people have internet service free of cost through the Universal Service Fund. We have Orange Hill, Mount Zion, tickets. All have free Wi-Fi, and then they say the government don't care about people and not looking to help people, when these are the opportunities that we continue to provide for our people. Labor rights, we're currently doing sections of the Mount Zion Road. The people of tickets will get water within another 2 months. Early Christmas, Councillor Ricketts. Well, not early Christmas, they said early for the new year. All of those things are being worked on. All of you would have passed even the old Folly Scenic Park. You see that beautiful spot on our side? These are investments, right? Not only for tourism, but for you, our people. And for so many of our constituents going there, taking pictures, relaxing, studying, and that is what it's about. We also have coming soon, the Queen Heights Recreational Park, where the pond is. That is now a procurement through the beautification program, through the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation. Thanks to Dr. Prime Minister Holness again. That will be done very soon. A lovely park created around the turtle pond, so people can go there and walk on the trails, right? Exercise, play with the turtles, whatever it is. We have all of that. When you look at Sturgetown, right now, we are building, we're painting out the famous walls and improving the infrastructure around it. We have through TPD got tour guides being trained, because we are building out a cultural heritage tour in partnership with the STC, TPD and the Sturgetown CDC. However, it is not the plow planting we're talking about. We're talking about projects that will change people's lives. We're doing all of that for the people. Labor rights, when you look at the educational programs, over 2,000 students each year. We give back to school assistance in terms of backpacks, over 600 or more vouchers, right? We help so far across 4 years, thousands of tertiary students. And we continue to do what we can. When it comes down to education, the issues of this seat is bigger than what some people come and see. Apart from the road and the water that we are working on. And I know know we have some road network that wants some patching now, but I know you would have heard my Prime Minister talk about the REACH program. All of that soon deal with, yes, on the spot. Outside of that, I am talking about also the program's labor rights that will help us to develop our children. Right now we have to come in Bel Air Phase 3, a brand new community center to be built within to start in another few weeks, where it will be outfitted with computers, right, so that the people there can use it as a training and meeting area. So Heart can come and do courses there. Persons want to go and do assignments, they can go there and do it. All of those projects are what we're working on right now. Labor rights, the Brownstone High School has been a topical issue too. And let me tell you something, we want to get that school off the shift system. And let me tell you, when I made representation to Minister Favour Williams at the time, right, she did not hesitate. And that school is listed on the list. So far, the school has been assessed, land surveying done, and scopes prepared, and the designs are actually sent now for tendering. So therefore, the school is on its path very soon to get extra buildings so that the school can be shifted off on the food system. There's a whole lot of things going on. We have things at Discovery Bay High that I know our Prime Minister would have a grand announcement to make where that is concerned. So, being a member of Parliament is not easy. It's not just about the welfare that we do alone, which is helping the thousands of people with care packages and the chickens like what we gave out on Friday. 6,100 chickens and impacted 200 and odd lives. Helping our farmers too, with whatever input we can. It is also, it's a wide area. We have to look out for schools, employment. Every area has to be touched. Labor rights, I want to also say to you that whenever we come to a point in this constituency where we see persons who would have benefited before, whether by seeing their road improved or would have received something personally, benefit from the office, I'm asking you to remember that is a heart of love. And we have to remember that, right, even though we are a caring government, or councillors are caring, I am caring and working, we have to be grateful for every little thing that comes. Because the proof is right here for you to see. The proof is in every nook and cranny of the constituency that we are working. So don't let nobody push you and make it look like we're not doing any work. And that we are not representing you. I just gave you a long list. And labor rights, let me tell you, the list can go on and on and on if I sat here tonight. Because I never tell you about the multi-purpose sports that we did at Discovery Bay and up there, so we never talk about all of those. We didn't talk about a whole lot of things that we have done. But the night has been very long. And I just want to say to you, labor rights, that as your member of Parliament, I will continue with every bone in me, everything in me, to continue to represent you with excellence and to the best of my ability. And I ask of you, labor rights, continue to stay focused. Don't let nobody distract you. And as my colleague said, don't listen to no sus. Because whenever the Prime Minister decides to call the election, Northwest Centre has to be counted. Must be counted. We're going to bring it home. We're not here who them send. Show labor rights.
County. Shower level rights. We're moving right along. And we're going to take it down a little, of course. We're inviting now. We're going to have a performance by a gospel group led by Sister Arlene. Sister Arlene. Come in, Sister Arlene.
Shall we bless the Lord this evening? Even though it's a setting like this, we can still give God praise. Bless the Lord. I want you just honor all these great men and women. Bless you, Pastor Esteem. Our Prime Minister, Minister Andrew Holness. God bless you, Circus Lee. Bless the Lord for you. I truly give God thanks, and I sat out there and you know I was listening everything and I was saying to myself, it can only be God this evening. Do you agree with me? It can only be God. And I just pray that God continue to bless His people. Continue to have good work.
We're not away from
why we are called the Jesus loving Father. It is clear that the Spirit of God moved through this conference today. And we must make sure, please, platform. We must make sure that we conduct ourselves always in a way that when the rest of the society look at us and
and look on our platform and look in our audience, they see that we are God-loving people. We are peaceful people. We are decent, law-abiding and upstanding people. Let me commend the singers. They did a wonderful job. The only reason why I didn't rise to my feet is that I wanted to keep your member of parliament company. But it was so energetic. Amen, church? All that is left for me to do now is to pronounce the benediction. But let me be quick about it. Let me be quick about it. First, you are a beautiful conference. You look good. You really look good. And I believe that the commendations are really due to your hard-working, dedicated member of Parliament. I have known Crystal for some time, and I am of the view that she is an excellent representative. The party conducted recently a survey. We didn't do a poll. We went out and we spoke to you directly. We write down what you said, and we took it back and we analyzed it. And it gave us very good information as to what we need to do as a political organization to improve our service and representation to you. We don't have to watch the whole to tell us what we need to do. And I want to tell you something that when you watch what happened with our friends them up north, you realize that why the poll them not really accurate at all. You can't really rely on them. Which is why you have to do deeper analysis. And that is what we are doing. So in effect, what we said, we don't watch the noise in the market. No. We watch the sales. And anybody looking at this conference know that a whole heap of sale are going on. Your member of parliament gets high marks. It is the case, however, that representation is an issue in the country generally, but I am specifically now referring to the party that I lead. Now, yes, this is our public conference, and what I'm about to say really should have been said at the private session. But I think that all Jamaicans want to hear what the political party is doing to improve representation for its constituents. Because it's a serious business. That's serious business. The political party is not a private organization. People want to know what we are doing. So we did the survey, we did the research, and we have come back. And it is clear that there is a gap in representation. The people want their representatives to be available. They want them to be responsive. They want them, above all, to be caring. And they want them to be responsible.